Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a really good job off the ball with our shifts and connecting in their off ball actions when Silva's got it. And then just in their pick and roll, like just being super mindful. They got a bunch of guys that are really good catch and shoot shooters. So it's tough. It's a challenge. Like you got to be there to help guard the pick and roll, and then you have to be really mindful to like get out to those guys and contest threes or hopefully take them away. And I think overall we did a really good job defending the three-point line. They had some open looks that we need to take away that didn't go down, but we held them to 10 fewer three-point attempts per game than their season average, and I think that was a huge part of us defensively. We had, three 25-point quarters, which is really, really good for us. If we don't lay an egg in the third quarter, hopefully win a little bit more comfortably, but credit to our guys. Like even though we were really bad offensively that quarter, just kind of anemic, too much one-on-one, we still found a way to defend and hold them to 24 points. Where it's going into the fourth quarter like a little bit more manageable. You're only down 9, felt like 20, but and then responding in the fourth quarter, coming out early, being decisive with the ball, shooting it when we're open, and holding them to 15 points in the fourth quarter is a pretty good response and resilience from our group. They're really good defensively. They have a ton of ball pressure. They're picking us up. They're into our guys. I think JDE still found a way to get 17 points, but it's just a little bit different when they're pressuring so high and then putting 2 on the ball and pick and roll, and they shift behind it and they fly out of it. They're really good. They're really good defensively. They more than have earned through 13 games, the number one scoring defense in the league. That is very abundant. But for us, they're really good at the point of attack, keeping the ball in front, pressuring it. You can't play one-on-one. Yeah, he was a monster tonight. Especially with the way we're trying to shift and be mindful about their shooters. It's a lot of stress on our guards in the pick and roll, and then really the bigs to cover everything up and to contest smalls, get back in front of bigs, take away lobs, block shots, impact shots, and then still go rebound with Silva crashing, who's a monster. JB just a master class of a job on the defensive end for us, and that's to me that's really his plus 27 came from that. Obviously still poured in 12 points and rebounded the ball really well and had 5 assists when he was catching in the seam, but and finding guys on the perimeter. But really for him, the bulk of that plus 27 is just how good he was defensively for us tonight. Yeah, a tough spot. Basically hadn't played. Shaq goes down with his injury, and it's an opportunity for him to step right into a role with us. But he's a phenomenal playmaker. I think you saw it a handful of times where he's some of the passes and things that he sees before they happen to find guys, especially in the open floor, but also when he gets into the paint. He's just a phenomenal playmaker, and like you said, very decisive. Shot it when he was open, threw a couple in, rebounded the ball really well, and for a guy that doesn't know any of our plays, doesn't really know any of our terminology, just showed up 24 hours ago and had one shoot around to prepare. Really impressed with his effort, and just with him, told him just to keep it simple, just play as hard as you can, do all the things you do offensively, because he makes the game easier for a lot of guys, and just compete. Yeah, I thought just late, obviously he hit 2 or 3 threes, I think 3 in the fourth quarter, and we got into a little bit more small, trying to be less stagnant, trying to play less one-on-one, and he was able to find some pocket threes and get a little bit of separation with some of the confusion we were trying to create and did create, and stepped right into it, shot it on balance, shot it with confidence, no hesitation. Huge shots by him. We're gonna have the ball in his hands, and got to find a way to help him a little bit more in pick and roll. But when we got to the small stuff, he was able to find some spots and just made some big shots, big time plays. Yeah, we'll take a look at the film. Certainly the third quarter, we got to be a lot better. I did like a lot that we did defensively. Having 3 25-point quarters and a 29-point quarter is pretty good. We got to be better offensively, just more decisive. But as in regards to showcase, we can't we can't control any of the stuff going on around the league, and all we can do is play our game and hopefully put ourselves in the best position to win. And if we can sneak in, we sneak in. But if we don't, we've had opportunities in prior games that have slipped away, and ultimately that's, if we don't make it, we'll look back on that, and that's the reason why. But we're just focused on what we can control, and that's playing the Skyhawks tomorrow. They're going to be in the same mindset as us. They're trying to accomplish the same thing we are. But for us, like we had a pretty good response in the last back-to-back against Delaware. A little bit more motivation because we were coming off a loss. But our guys understand what we're playing for, what we're trying to do, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We just got to focus on what we can control.